Hello, dear friends. We are sincerely happy to welcome you again. Today we will talk with the esteemed Igor Mikhailovich Danilov.
Greetings.
Igor Mikhailovich, on November 12, 2022, the independent platform of the Creative Society Project hosted a very significant event, an event of global importance, the International Online Forum, Global Crisis, Our Survival is in Unity. And we all have so much respect for the fact that this event is a result of the work of thousands of people, an international team of volunteers from 180 countries of the world. As of today, it is the first and only event of such a scale that has been simultaneously interpreted into 150 languages of the world. And I would like to point out for our viewers that this event has become possible thanks to ordinary people, not intergovernmental organizations, not governments of countries, not some world corporations, but ordinary, modest people from various parts of the world who sometimes didn't even know each other and were not acquainted with one another. Yet they came together and showed to the whole world that when people unite, there is nothing impossible for them. And it would certainly be great if there were many more of such people who would join this wave. You said in one of the videos that now it's the time for everyone to become a support for everyone else. The time has come to become one family, one united civilization. And here we can rely only on each other, on ourselves. And indeed, after the forum, one can see how many people already understand what is happening to our world, what is happening to our society, what kind of challenge all of us face, and what a historic mission lies with each of us. Of course, there are a lot of people who value time, value every second, and do everything they can to reach out to those people who are still asleep, who haven't woken up yet, and do not see the realities of what is happening in the world. And Igor Mikhailovich, surely such behavior, such aspiration, and such courage of people evokes deep respect and admiration, and most importantly, it gives hope that the creative society will become a reality if it is based on this kind of foundation. The foundation of truth, the foundation of relationships between remarkable people with pure hearts who courageously and selflessly act for every person on the planet. So this very event of November 12, 2022 is of tremendous importance, and we will still see a response and resonance from it. But behind this event, behind this day, there is actually an enormous power. Behind this day, there is already a huge impulse, sort of an impetus for advancement towards
Sure.
the creative society.
Of course, there is. And this impulse comes from a huge number of people who are not indifferent. And they have shown their humaneness. I would like to sincerely thank all people who were involved and took an active part within their ability, directly or indirectly. But everyone who made this form possible, the form is really remarkable, friends. And I'd like to say that, as of today, this is really the first step. We have actually taken the first step on the first stair of the ladder that leads humanity to the creative society. So thank you all very much. Everyone did their best. I understand that it was hard. I understand that issues arose. I understand that we couldn't say many things, even what we wanted to say. But you have to agree, friends. For the first time, we openly and honestly said a whole lot, calling things by their proper names. Yes, we had been telling the truth before as well, but it was the first time we told it in such a scope. And for everyone, it's a very good example for sane, intelligent people of what society, our human society, should be like. It should be open and honest. And the main thing that was shown at this forum is a way out of this extremely deep crisis. I'm not talking about the geopolitical or economic crisis. The most severe crisis today is the climate one. It has been presented very well, very gently. Yes, many people will say very harshly. No, friends, very gently. Based on what is known to us today. Thanks to our friends who were able to gently and carefully convey the truth. Although I understand that many people wanted to rattle their sabers, I believe many had such an idea. But the most important thing is that people were able to step over their emotions, step over their fears, and understand other people. And it is very important that our participants have realized that there are a lot of people who are not informed, who really don't know anything. You know what it is like when you do something. You know it from all sides. You study it profoundly. It's not new to you. It is something you live by every day. You monitor and study it. You calculate it all. You are busy with it all day long. Well, let's say those who have an opportunity, and even those who work, still, in their minds, they, first of all, have the situation where all of our humanity has found itself. So understanding and knowing it, whether people want to or not, they live with it. Being aware of the entire seriousness and all the threats that this climate, Cerberus, has created for us as of today. People are looking for a way out, trying to convey the information somehow. I understand that many people are resentful. They keep telling, but they are not heard. Of course, it makes them want to rattle their sabers and call things by their proper names. But look how intelligent and cultured our people are. Despite the harshness of the situation itself, people did a very good job. Thank you, friends. I truly thank you from the bottom of my heart. You've held a wonderful form, our simple form by ordinary people. It's not like someone ordered or sponsored it. You know how it happens when you watch people gather to talk about the climate, and there are only liars. Everyone is seeking a benefit for himself there, whereas here, there is a benefit for everyone, for every person, and it is voiced. And everything that has been said at this forum, all the prospects that will be provided to every person, they are all true, and most of them already exist. Moreover, they exist in reality. The trouble is that we don't know about that, about those very modern technologies, about how we can live. We just don't know about it. We are like slaves, you know? Our life is like a realm of darkness. An illusion of this existence has been created for us, and we cannot get out of it, like Alice in that fairy tale in Wonderland. So we too live in a land of horror and inhumaneness, and for some reason, we think that this is normal. Yet, by and large, we have been weaned, even from thinking. All we think about is a piece of bread, a roof over our heads, and how to get through this day in order to live to see tomorrow. But when lots of people have realized that tomorrow is questionable, for all of us, something awoke in them that gave this strength, strength for the form, strength for our society, though in a small amount. Indeed, you must agree, friends, we are still a very small part of 8 billion people. Yet we have managed to step onto the first stair of that ladder. We still have a lot of work to do, for sure. I understand. Everyone is uplifted right now, and so are we. It's a wonderful form. It is honest and just. But friends, despite our fatigue, despite the fact that there are so many stupid people in this world, in the literal sense of the word, regardless of their education or anything else, they are simply unable to realize or don't want to realize, unfortunately. There are many cowards who, unlike you, my friends, are not used to facing the truth, facing their fears head on. They hide in the illusion of existence and say, "Don't touch us, we want to live as we please." It is merely because they haven't seen the Cerberus, unlike you and us. As we follow its trail, like true hunters, every day. But I believe that the time will come when we will overtake it and we will find a way to put a stiff collar on it and take it on a short leash. Everything is within our power. Whereas, for now, I think the most important thing is to keep up the pace, despite our fatigue, despite our natural human, worries and anxieties. I'll say even more, despite our resentments. If we call things by their proper names, when you, my friends, do a lot, you do your best, you spend your money, your own time, your own life for others to live while they don't want to hear you. Don't pay attention to that. I'll put it as follows. Even now, no matter how difficult the situation is, lots of people do not see it. So don't waste your time on those fools who cannot see what is obvious. Approach your life, I'll put it this way, from the standpoint of efficiency. That is, the efficiency factor. If you see that they don't want to listen to you, move on. Communicate and talk to those who have brains and who are not morons. It was well said at the forum, honestly and openly, morons. This is not an insult, it's a diagnosis for some people who actually exhibit absolute moronity today. Understanding, knowing, and seeing what's going on. They just hide behind an illusion or don't want to change their way of life. It's already changed. Excuse me. The sword has already been raised over all of us. Does it mean that the only option left for us is to bow down to the Cerberus? No, it will be waiting in vain. We are people. We want to live. And we should remember that. We need to remember that. Our power is in unity. And this is really so. Yes, I agree. There is a global crisis, but there is a way out. And you, my friends, have voiced it at this forum. It's a wonderful way out, which gives a new and absolutely fantastic life for every person. It's a poverty-free existence and perfect health. It ensures tremendous opportunities for every individual and for society as a whole. Everything is substantiated. Everything is proven and told in plain text. It would seem, what else do people need? Do you know what people need? No, not a kick. A kick will be given by the Cerberus if they don't hear us. People simply need our attention. Yes, friends, we still have a lot of work to do. There are 8 billion uninformed people. To hope that the 6 handshake rule will work and we will be able to inform everyone within 2 weeks. Make a decision and literally in a month start building the creative society. It would be good, of course, and I am for it. But, excuse me, this world was being built for a very long time. Normal thinking people were diligently and for a long time being turned into slaves. Morons were being created so that it would be easier to manipulate and control them. But now we are faced with reality. Therefore, let's direct our efforts towards those who want to hear us. And let's unite with smart people. I would also like to say that intelligence does not always mean education. A person may be very well educated. He has merely gained knowledge, but he hasn't become sensible. To make it clear, I'll give a simple example. In the consumerist format in our world today, most of the millionaires do not have higher education. So let's not chase highly educated people, people with big titles. Let's not rely on mass media to provide information. I would even say mass disinformation. It would be more truthful and honest to say. We should rely on ourselves, friends, on our capabilities, and proceed from them. Then everything will work out for us. When the time comes, everyone will start speaking out. Let's now focus on people like us, people who don't want to sleep away their lives. I put it mildly, but you get my point. So together with them, let's awaken those who are sleeping. We have no other choice. We can do a lot, and you've had proof of this for yourselves. In fact, it is very easy to change this world, to turn it from the inevitably dead into the alive for everyone, and to live in this world happily ever after, without any poverty, without any hunger, and certainly without wars. After all, everything is within our power. Friends, we can do anything. We only need to be willing and make, yes, so far, a tremendous amount of effort. Why? Because there are few of us. The more of us there are, the less we will need to invest all our strength in that. If each one of us invests a little bit of effort, the world will change. That's the point, friends. In my opinion, nowadays, it's important to support this wave that has been launched and let this wave go around the world many times. Why many times? Because there are a lot of deaf people, and, excuse me, there are a lot of morons who won't understand anything from the first time. And it is very important for us to activate mirror neurons in all people. It's the best, I would say, carrier of information for those who do not have brains. Why? Because they live like monkeys. They start copying other monkeys, more evolved ones, and then they acquire this copying as a skill. Therefore, friends, yes, our world is complicated. Yes, there are a lot of, shall we say, products of the consumerist format. I mean, people who don't want to hear anything, for whom, as John said at the conference, do you remember about that lady from Rotary, for whom their personal interests prevail over the interests of the entire society, for whom their momentary gain is much more important than the future of all humankind? There are such people, but they are merely people. They are victims of the consumerist format, and we need to reach out to them as well. So friends, we have a lot of work to do. Therefore, for such people who are unable to see beyond their own bellies, mirror neurons are very important. More visual promotion is needed. They will get it when there will be the creative society all around, wherever they are, when they realize that there is no way out and they have to change. They will change as well. Unfortunately, there are a lot of such people, let's say, at the pinnacle of power. Why? Because they spend their whole lives in order to rise higher. They believe that the higher they get, the more prospects, wealth, and respect they will have. But the form showed that it is people who create respect, and not some dividends that have been fraudulently obtained for oneself. Right? While in the creative society, the truth reigns supreme, and people call things and people by their proper names, and their deeds are called what they are. So it's time for the truth, friends, and you cannot get away from that. We are approaching the crossroads, and we should choose where we will go. Whether we will go straight along the truthful road or we will swerve. as it always happens in the consumerist format. Turn away from the truth, go into falsehood, and simply die there. Or we will go to paradise, to that Eden, which we as humanity are capable of building. In fact, we can build it. After all, there is a way out of the global crisis, and we know it. Right, friends? Thank you very much. Thank you for being here, friends. Excuse us. We can discuss many things, and we do want to speak. But today, we just wanted to thank you all sincerely. We just wanted to give you a friendly hug. You have deserved it, friends. Thank you for bringing us joy. Let's just love each other. Peace be with you.